Hello and welcome to Parker, Colorado, home of the Chaparral Wolverines. I'm Jack Schauer and I'm here with Ryan Tubbs. We have Sweet 16 basketball tonight as the Wolverines take on the Golden Eagles of Mountain Vista. Last round, Vista had a come-from-behind win against Chatfield, where Connor Stipe led the team with 32 points. Chaparral is coming off a dominating win against Mountain Rage, where Kobe Sanders and Bryce Matthews combined for 30. These teams clashed earlier this year, where Chaparral beat the Eagles 65-51. And I'm for sure looking at a good game tonight, Ryan. What are your keys to the game?
I think these are two really strong teams. For Mountain Vista, we got to keep running the offense through Stipe. He's our best shooter. We can start looking at other players too to try to step up and score points, but Stipe is definitely our best bet on offense. We have to limit turnovers. Mountain Vista is so bad at turning it over. They'll have long strings of turnovers, and that's really how a lot of these games get such big deficits, I think. Like we saw with the last time that they faced off against Chaparral. We can't be forcing the ball. And on top of that, we have to just make smart shots. A lot of our turnovers are coming off of just really terrible first looks and not being patient on offense. And going along with that, Vista's got to make shorter passes. They're trying to throw it all the way down to the court way too often, and too many times it gets intercepted and goes the other way. As for Chaparral, they've got to find their three-ball. They have, or let's see, I think he's going to be playing this round, but DeGray's coming off an injury, I believe. They've got to be scoring from outside of the arc if they're going to try to bring this, I don't know. Last time we faced them, they just ran away with it and had really long runs. I'm sure that's what they're looking to do this time. They've got to use their size to advantage. Vista's not an exceptionally large team by any standards. We're kind of outsized by almost any team in the league, and Chaparral's going to use that to their advantage as well. And pressure Stipe, I'm sure they know that he's really dangerous when he goes off, and they're going to be targeting him on defense a lot.
And Ryan, kind of to go along with your points from the previous game, it seemed like Mountain Vista really in the earlier face-off this season, it seemed like they really tried to focus their defense on DeGray, but it seemed like Chaparral just kind of countered it with Kobe Sanders, as well as Bryce Matthews. Both of them just kind of came out and played better than we had expected, certainly, and I'm sure that better than the team had expected. So, of course, I'm going to be looking tonight at how well Chaparral plays, just because they really get so many players involved in their offense and they play so well defensively. Yeah,
they have a really strong starting squad, but their bench is also, just as powerful, I'd say.
And for Vista, I think another thing that'll be interesting is just to see how they use RJ. He came in the last game.
Right.
He played probably 5 or 10 minutes more than he usually has in most of the games this year, but he only had 2 points, but really his defense was just exceptional. He had 2 blocks in only 10 minutes, and he was rebounding everything. And really, up until they put him in, Chatfield was out-rebounding us by far.
Yeah, at the end of that game, they finally put in RJ, which we've been talking about them needing to do almost all season. We mentioned it in almost every broadcast, at least that you and me call. The fact that they got a 6'10", 6'11" guy down there and they're not using him, I think they've probably finally woken up and said he needs to step up in the playoffs if we're gonna really contend in this tournament.
And the other thing to go with that is that really their only rebounding player so far this year has been Simon May. Connor Stipe has that potential, but he's been playing a lot of outside, and when he goes inside, he's more driving and laying it in. So he doesn't have the rebounding chances like Simon May or like RJ would, where they don't take as many shots.
Right. I was talking to assistant coach Brian Wood earlier today, and he was talking about how Connor Stipe, if they have a really good defensive matchup against him, he's shut down almost completely. I know that's what Chaparral's going to want to do in this game, and Vista's going to have to find a way to play around that.
Right, and of course, that also shows how much of a role Garrett Sweeney and Simon May really have got to step up in this game. We've seen them be really good players this year, but I think maybe in this game more so because they know how potent Connor Stipe has been to score in the past couple of games. I think that Sweeney and May might get a couple more open shots than we usually see.
Yep. Sweeney is a really powerful shooter, and Simon May is a really great defender, but they both have flaws. When Sweeney's not making shots, he can fall into a rut. And we're just about to start here, but I'll finish my point. Simon May turns the ball over too much, plain and simple. He's got to limit those as much as possible if we're going to be successful here.
Definitely.
The 2018 Class 5A state playoffs continues tonight with the Sweet 16 matchup featuring the number 14 ranked Mountain Vista Eagles and your Chaparral Wolverines. At this time,
Alrighty, and on that note, we will turn over to the national anthem. That's a little something different there from the national anthem.
I don't know if I've ever been to a broadcast with a saxophone, but I like it.
No, that was very good. I mean, he really held that one note long.
He's got a pair of lungs on him.
Going through player introductories here. Starting lineup tonight for Mountain Vista looks like it'll be Connor Stibe, Garrett Sweeney. Those two will probably take the guard spots. It'll likely be. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought here. It'll likely be Simon May as well as Eric Kimmel. Albertson cracking the starting lineup tonight. I think they're definitely going to try and use his vertical probably on the inside.
He's a really strong shooter, but yeah, like you said, especially on the inside.
He's got a good jump shot.
If they can come out of the gate and start scoring, especially from the paint, which is kind of one of their weaknesses, especially in the first half of the game, I think they'll do well. Obviously, they got to show up on defense too, because this is a really strong offense.
And that's kind of something we've seen from Vista, is they like to lack in their defense in the first half and then show up and stop everything in the second almost.
Yeah, they're much more, I don't know why they do this, but they're much more dynamic in the second half. Sometimes it works out for them, but sometimes it's too little too late.
I think it almost depends on how big of a lead the other team has coming in.
Yep. Now that I think about it, though, that's what happened with their last matchup against Chaparral. Was their first half, they got down by almost, I think it was like 25 points or something by the first half.
Right out of the gate almost.
It was not good. And, you know, they outscored them in the fourth quarter, but it didn't matter.
Starting lineup for Chaparral, number 1, Kobe Sanders. Number 2, Tanner Giles. Number 5, Tyzel Lewis. He's also a running back for Chaparral, I believe.
He kind of gave us trouble when he was on the football field.
Yeah, he definitely did. DeGray the third in tonight. He's been battling injuries, we know.
But when he's on, he is a explosive player.
All right, so it looks like taking the tip tonight for Mountain Vista will be Connor Stibe, and his counterpart will be Ronnie DeGray III. And here we go. Sweet 16 basketball underway. Chaparral wins the tip. Number 5, Tyzel Lewis with it. Gives it over to Tanner Giles. Giles with the ball going up against Garrett Sweeney. Gets it inside, and it will be turnover. And a turn right back over there by Ben Grusing. Inside is Ronnie DeGray. That was a great layup there by Ronnie DeGray. Grusing with the ball going the other way now for Mountain Vista. Trying to set up the play here. Gives it over to Aaron Albertson on the far sideline. Albertson back over to Grusing. Grusing calls a play. Going against him will be Tanner Giles on defense. Albertson back with the ball. Gives it back to Grusing. They're going back and forth here. Gives it over to Sweeney in the corner. Sweeney over to May. May with the ball, surveying his options. He's going to try and drive this one side. Kicks it back out to Grusing. Over to Sweeney in the corner. Sweeney, 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Chaparral.
Bryce Matthews with that rebound.
Matthews with the ball going up against Albertson. Gives it over to DeGray. DeGray, 3-ball. No good, and Mountain Vista now back with the ball, and Connor Stibe with just a bad turnover, and it will lead to an easy 2 points there from Chaparral.
That is 2 bad turnovers in a row that led to points for Chaparral.
And that's something we're not used to seeing there from Connor Stibe. He's usually very clean with the ball.
Also important to note is that full court press already. They're going to try to wear out our offense.
Stibe inside and gets blocked by Ronnie DeGray. Vista will get the ball, though. So they'll have a second chance here after the block from DeGray.
DeGray is such a presence in the paint. They definitely can't disrespect his size.
Inbound over to Stibe. I'll have a whistle blown via travel against Connor Stibe.
That's a good call.
So 2 turnovers already early on for Connor Stibe. Not what we're used to seeing from him.
He's got to shake that off if he's looking forward in this game.
Kobe Standers will start with the ball for Chaparral. He's been their key 3-ball shooter this year. Kicks it out to Giles. Giles over to DeGray. DeGray, 3-ball. No good. Albertson gets the rebound. Sweeney now with the ball. Sweeney drives it inside, lays it in. He'll get fouled.
I think DeGray was getting a little too greedy. He wanted another block there.
So Garrett Sweeney will come to the line this year. He's shooting 60% from the line. First one is knocked down, so Vista's on the board with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Knocks down the second one. That one was clean and right through. So Vista brings it within 2 here early on in the game. Sanders with the ball over to Giles. Giles to Lewis. And we'll have a foul here on Chaparral, so Vista will get the ball. Matthews with his first personal. Simon May will inbound the ball here to Ben Grusing. Grusing over to Sweeney on the far side. Gives it to May. May to Stibe. Stibe working against Lewis here. A little bit of a size mismatch. Albertson with the ball in the corner. Gives it to Grusing. Grusing's going to drive this one inside. Doesn't see anything, so he'll kick it out to Sweeney. Sweeney with the ball. Gives it to Steib. Steib looking at his options. Drives this one inside and gets blocked again by Ronnie DeGray. So 2 times Connor Steib has tried to go inside, and 2 times he's been swatted by Ronnie DeGray.
I don't like that look that he tried to get there. I know that's his specialty to try to move in on the paint, but he was just up against too many guys there.
Sweeney nearly turns the ball over, but gains control of it. Grusing calling for a play now. Gives it over to May. May with it, looking for his options. Gives it back to Grusing. Grusing to Sweeney in the corner. Sweeney guarded tightly by Kobe Sanders. Takes the jumper, knocks it down.
Nice.
Beautiful jumper there from Garrett Sweeney to get the 2 points.
I like how the Golden Eagles started to slow down their passing there.
Yeah, really tried to find the options there, and I mean, that's something we're not used to them seeing. They usually like to take the first option and quick. DeGray inside, gets fouled, and gets the and one. And that's really what we're used to seeing from Ronnie DeGray, is just getting inside like that and using his size to his advantage and putting one in.
He draws a lot of fouls, yep. And I think that play went exactly as they drew it up.
So DeGray shooting 70% from the line this season. Knocks it down, so they will take a 3-point lead now on Vista early on. 4:30 left in the first. Grusing with the ball for Vista. Drives inside, kicks it out to Steib. Steib, 3-ball coming in. Steib, no good. It went in and out. But May nearly gets the rebound. Kind of bounced around off of the players there. Vista has to work quick in transition. Tyzel Lewis wide open under the basket.
Someone lost their man there.
I think that was kind of product of the transition that Chaparral had there. Steib 3-ball, takes it down, kicks it out to Sweeney. Bad pass, but Sweeney handles it.
That was lucky there.
Yeah. Aaron Albertson with the ball over to Simon May. May working against Tyzel Lewis. Steib with the ball. Working against DeGray. 3-ball coming from Steib. Knocks down the 3-ball. Connor Steib, 3-pointer.
That'll bring this game within 2 with just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Kobe Sanders with the ball. Calls for the play. Kicks it over to Tanner Giles. Giles with it. Over to Sanders. Sanders, deep 3-ball. Knocks that one down.
It's 2 times in a row someone's lost their man, and just a wide open look.
That was a deep 3-pointer there from Kobe Sanders, and it was a beautiful shot. Grusing nearly loses this one. Steib in the corner with his own 3 now. No good. Sanders with the ball. He's going to drive this one inside quick and early. Nearly blocked there. And Chaparral's coming down with the rebound, and they'll get the 2 points.
The Wolverines are so fast on transition so far.
Grusing 3-ball. No good. Wide open 3 that Grusing just missed. Inside DeGray, goes off DeGray, and it will be Vista ball.
I don't know if the cameras caught it, but we just saw Reese Pullen actually run from the bench off the court.
Not sure what that was for. Sheldon Hafner checking in for Aaron Albertson. 3 minutes left in the first. Kimmel as well into the game for Grusing. And bad pass there by Kimmel, who just came into the game and nearly gave the fast break to Ronnie DeGray.
You can't telegraph your passes like that. He gave him like a month's warning on that one.
Simon May to throw in the ball. Kimmel gets some room. Inside to Sweeney. Sweeney puts up the jumper. Sweeney knocks down the jumper. Great jump shot there from Garrett Sweeney. We've seen it twice so far in this game.
Yeah, Sweeney's got 6 points so far.
Tanner Giles with the ball. Giles drives inside, kicks it out. 3-ball. Knocks that one down. Grayson Arstingstall with the 3-ball. And ball nearly turned over again there by Eric Kimmel. And Sweeney just gets smacked right up in the head. Draws the foul. So Sweeney will come back to the line again. He's Vista's leading scorer with 6 points so far.
First shot drops. Now, Jack, I don't like to use this word, discombobulated, but Vista's looking pretty discombobulated
Yeah,
right
their
now.
defense just doesn't look like they're in sync with each other. They look very confused on who has who and what their matchup is.
Yeah, they're getting beat to the end of the court almost every time Chap takes the ball. And on top of that, their passing game is really, like, wonky right now. I can't think of a better word.
It's very off almost.
Yeah.
Sanders with the ball. Gives it over inside to Matthews. Matthews to DeGray. DeGray three ball comes in. No good on the three-pointer. And Matthews goes for the rebound and just throws it right in. Here comes an easy layup by Simon May, but he will get fouled. Didn't make the shot, but he did get fouled. So Simon May will be able to come to the line here for Vista. He really took a hard fall there.
Right. Number 23 there, trying to live up to his namesake with the chase down block. Didn't go his way that time, but we know he's capable of it.
Chaparral is already at their fourth foul with 6 minutes into the game. So early on, Vista's looking close to the bonus here. May misses his first. He's been shooting 71% from the line so far. May knocks down his second.
5-point game now with 1 minute 50 to go.
Sanders with the ball for Chaparral. Kimmel guarding him. Turnover there. Just gave it right to Eric Kimmel, it looked like. May with the ball. Thought about taking the three-pointer, gives it over to Sweeney in the corner. Sweeney, three ball, no good. That one looked good, too. Matthews with the ball now for Chaparral off the rebound. Matthews working against Simon May. Really good defense there by Simon May in the corner. Arstingstall nearly turns it over, but Tyzel Lewis handles it. Lewis with the ball. Gives it inside to Matthews. Matthews working against May. Simon May playing great defense against Matthews.
Man.
DeGray just gets his third chance there and knocks it in. Kimmel with the ball now for Vista. Over to Sweeney. Sweeney driving inside. Sweeney putting up the jumper today. And that thing is beautiful right now.
At the beginning of this game, we thought it was going to be Sty, but Sweeney's kind of run away with it so far.
Sweeney already has 10 tonight for Vista. Matthews with the ball, nearly loses it. Arstingstall with it. Gives it back to Matthews. Matthews with a bullet over to DeGray. And we'll have a travel on Ronnie DeGray. Turnover, Mountain Vista. And so now we have Luke Boink checking in for Connor Stibe.
This is going to burn the clock here and try to get the last shot. If they can hit a shot here, it'll turn it into a single possession game. That's definitely what they need to do.
Right. I mean, I don't think either team really has more momentum than the other right now. I mean, both teams are kind of going strong, but really I think if they do make this last shot, it'll give them a little bit of a push. Kimmel with it over to Boink. I think Chaparral playing the flow defense.
Especially after Chaparral's
three ball coming in from Sweeney, no good. Rebounded there by Sweeney though off the tip from Hafner. Sweeney over to Hafner. Hafner back to May. May with it, 3 seconds left. May's gonna drive this one inside, lays it in, and it'll be no shot, and it'll be a travel, I believe, on Garrett Sweeney. It'll be 0.9 seconds, so almost a full second left in the first.
Something tells me they're not going to get the ball to the other side of the court.
They got to do their full court shot here. Sanders throwing one in, no good. High off the glass.
All right, so at the end of that first quarter, Chaparral leads 19-14. I think both teams are really still in it, though.
Yeah.
I was about to say right before that three-point shot from Sweeney, I was about to say Chaparral really kind of broke down after that one turnover. They weren't passing well. They did get offensive rebound that turned into points, but I think that's something that Vista needs to kind of, clamp their jaws onto is getting turnovers and turning those into points.
Right, and I mean, I think Vista's not really disappointed with the way they've played so far. They've had a couple of bad turnovers, and that really led to 4 points for Chaparral.
Yep.
So, I mean, really, you take away those 2 turnovers that led to easy points for Chap, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
So I think that if they clean up those little things like that, I mean, really, Vista makes this even a closer game than it already is.
They have to tighten up their passing, though. That is
definitely. I mean,
that is something that
we
we've
saw.
seen.
I think more so when Kimmel came into the game that he got a little bit sloppy with his passes.
RJ coming onto the court now. We like to see that.
Yeah, always a good sign.
I think we're kind of RJ's biggest fan.
Yeah. We got the foam finger on that says #1 fan, RJ Wallaber.
Number 33.
Kimmel with the ball to start it for Vista. Gives it over to Hafner. Hafner with it, gives it inside to Kimmel. Kimmel with the over-the-head layup. Ooh, that one almost, that would have been pretty if he made that. Giles with the ball over to Sanders. Sanders with the deep 3 ball coming in. No good, and Hafner gets the rebound. Tyzel Lewis, and they'll call a jump ball.
I don't know about that one.
That's a little bit questionable. That might have been more of a reach-in foul than I think a jump ball.
Yeah, Hafner had that rebound clean, and
Lewis was just kind of reaching in. Yeah, I'm not sure where that came in, but Chaparral will get the ball. Tanner Giles with it, calls the play. Working against Garrett Sweeney. Giles with it, gets the pick from Ronnie DeGray. And it'll be a travel against Tanner Giles, and it'll be Vista basketball. So going right back the other way, I guess.
Justice for Vista.
Yes. So I guess the jump ball almost works in their favor now because Vista will get the ball on the next.
Looks like we've lost the picture on the broadcast.
Yeah, we do apologize about that.
But that's the role of the commentator, really.
Sweeney gives it over to Kimmel. Kimmel on the near sideline. Back over to Sweeney across. Sweeney thinks about the 3. Takes it down. 3-point ball coming in from Sweeney. No good. Sweeney just has not had the 3 ball today, but he's been knocking down every jumper he's had. Tyzel Lewis over to DeGray. DeGray running inside. DeGray lays it in. Beautiful lay in there by Ronnie DeGray. Vista with the ball, and it'll Vista ball looks like tipped off a few guys there.
I think either Hafner or Sweeney lost control there, but it tipped off a Chaparral player. Connor Steig comes in for Garrett Sweeney.
I mean, great job, I think, in the first quarter, and really the start of the second there from Garrett Sweeney. Oh, there we go. Now we do have the picture back, so we do apologize about that.
Minor technical difficulty. We're just high school students.
Steib with the ball now on top of the key. We're against Giles. Puts a good move up and then just gets swatted, but he will get fouled. Not really the best shot choice there by Connor Steib, but it works out in the end to get the foul.
He jumped into a crowd there and somehow came down with the
3 guys on top of him.
Yeah.
He kind of put that one up, and I gave a little bit of a cringe there, but it worked out in the end.
It's kind of what he's known for, though, is just making those kind of ridiculous shots.
Where it's like you think he has no shot at making it whatsoever. And it looks like Vista will not get free throws for this one. But it is the 5th foul for Chaparral. Not sure why he didn't get free throws as he was going up for the shot. And no foul there called against Sheldon Hafner going up for the shot.
What is happening?
RJ Wallaber gets fouled on Vista's side of things.
What is this, opposite day?
I'm not quite sure, but Chaparral has the ball. Checking in will be Simon May as well as Garrett Sweeney.
Hafner and Kimmel coming out.
Kobe Sanders. Well, Kobe Sanders had the ball. Now Tanner Giles has it. Giles with it on top of the key. Gives it over in the corner to Sanders. Sanders with the alley-oop chance, and it's no good.
Right over the broadcast booth.
Looked like he was going for the alley-oop up there to Bryce Matthews, but Matthews, I don't think really anyone was able to get that ball a little bit too high almost.
We're not on the same page. This is a really important drive for Vista. They have to score points here.
Boink with the ball on top of the key, working against Giles. Boink over to May. May with the ball working against Kobe Sanders. Drives it inside, kicks it over to RJ Wallaber, who doesn't handle the ball there. Wasn't the best pass, but for RJ, you got to be able to control that one. Lewis with the ball in the corner, gives it over to Matthews. Matthews will drive it inside. Doesn't really have a shot, but forces one up, and it'll go in.
Even against the 6'10", 6'11" RJ.
And it'll be another foul for Garrett Sweeney. A little bit of a fast break opportunity. Sweeney didn't make the layup, but he will get free throws. So, the sixth team, and Vista will move into bonus territory.
We like to see a Sweeney at the line, though.
Definitely, he's a great free throw shooter.
Oh,
Doesn't
man.
make that one, and of course we jinxed it there.
That was a commentator's curse. I'll shut my mouth now.
RJ Walliver checks out. Aaron Albertson checks in. Vista down by 9 now. Make it 8 with that point from Garrett Sweeney. Sweeney's up to 11 in this game. Arstingstall in for Chaparral. Gives over to Matthews. Arstingstall back with it. Back to Matthews in the corner. Matthews nearly loses it. Throws a fireball over to a name we haven't called Matthew Hill tonight.
His first time on the court.
Tyzel Lewis with it.
Running all over creation.
Tanner Giles inside. Good layup chance, but great job there by Matthew Hill to get the second chance points there. And so Vista's now down 10. Stibe trying to do his own creativity, and he'll go to the line. So Stibe coming to the first time to the line tonight. He's shooting 73% from it this season. First shot made there by Stibe, so he's up to 4 now. Brings it back into a single-digit deficit for Vista. Ronnie Hill checking back into the game for Chaparral. Stibe knocks down his second, and he's up to 5 now.
Even with those 5 points with 5 minutes left in this second quarter, Stibe has just not made the impact on the game that we needed him to.
Sweeney nearly gets fouled there trying to go for that ball. Matthews with it in the corner. He's got 2 on top of him.
Ooh.
And turnover there. And so now Mountain Vista's on the fast break. Boyink gets the easy lay-in. Great play there by Connor Stibe to get the steal and then find Boyink wide open for 2 points.
That was a great pass. And a great job on Boyink. I think that's our first fast break points of the game.
Arstingstall with the ball, gives it over to Giles. Giles back to Arstingstall. Arstingstall 3-ball, knocks that one down. Beautiful 3-pointer there from Arstingstall.
He's hit 2 of those with no one defending him.
I mean, he might be the smallest player on the court, but man, his 3-ball has looked sharp.
Yep.
Stibe with the ball now for Mountain Vista. Over to May in the corner. May, 3-pointer, knocks it down. Simon May with the laser of a 3-point shot, but it goes in. Arstingstall with the ball for Chaparral now. Gives it over to Giles. Back to Arstingstall, back to Giles. Giles back to Arstingstall, and they just have their own game going here. Giles with the 3-point ball coming. No good. One bounce all the way out to the 3-point arc, and Stibe gets the rebound. Boyink with his own jumper now. No good. Matthews with the ball for Chaparral now, coming off the rebound. Matthews throws a bullet over to Giles, who gives it to DeGray in the corner. Great play there from Giles to DeGray. Sweeney with the ball. Sweeney gives it to Albertson. Albertson over to Stibe on top of the key. Stibe going to drive it inside, and we'll have a foul on Chaparral. So Connor Stibe will go to the line shooting 1-1 now.
Despite the fact that Vista's down by 8 points, Chaparral's out-fouled them by miles. Chaparral's already at 8, and there's still 3 minutes to go in this half.
Ben Grusing checking into the game, as well as it looks like RJ Walliver checking in for Albertson. And no good there from Connor Stibe. Those are the things you got to make there if you're Vista.
You got to take the free points.
Giles with the ball. Over to Arstingstall on top of the key. Arstingstall back to Ronnie DeGray. DeGray over to Matthews. Matthews drives inside, gets the foul. So now Matthews will have his chance at the line here. Try and put it back to a double-digit lead for Chaparral. Matthews' first shot goes right through. Checking in will be Matthew Hill for Chaparral. Off will come Arstingstall. Matthews' second shot goes in, so it'll be a 10-point lead for Chaparral. Just under 3 minutes left. May over to Stibe. Stibe to RJ. RJ kicks it over to Sweeney. Sweeney gets fouled. Will get his own chance now at the charity stripe. Ninth foul for Chaparral, so they're really getting in trouble. Sweeney knocks his first down.
I think especially later in that game, if they don't really crack down on that in the second half, that could come back to haunt them.
I mean, they've been a little bit lucky here. Vista's missed 4 free throws so far, so. Sweeney knocks down his second, though. Sweeney up to 13 points now for Mountain Vista. And it'll be Kobe Sanders with the ball for Chaparral. Sanders gets a pick there. Easy points there from Kobe Sanders. There's a great pick there from.
Walked right through our defense.
May with the ball. Chaparral playing a pressure defense now. Stibe all the way, or Sweeney, I'm sorry, all the way across to Stibe, and Stibe just with a bad play there, but he gets lucky that DeGray could not handle it.
We were talking about before the game, don't do those Hail Mary passes. They never work out for us.
Grusing with the ball, inbounds it to May. May over to Sweeney on top of the key. Sweeney working against Matthew Hill. Over to May in the corner. May looking for a shot, doesn't see it. And a little bit of help there from Bryce Matthews to get that ball to Sweeney. Stibe with the ball on top of the key now. Stibe spins around and gets it to RJ Wahlberg.
Go.
Easy points there from RJ Wahlberg when you're 7 feet tall. So Vista back within to 8 with 1:45 left.
I like that play.
Sanders with the 3 ball, no good. Sweeney comes down with the rebound.
On that last play, Stibe made the move like he was going to go for the basket and then dished it out to RJ for the easy points. They got to keep doing that.
Sweeney back with the ball in the corner. Puts up the 3 ball, no good.
Ooh.
So Garrett Sweeney 0 for 4 tonight on his 3-point attempts, and here comes Ronnie DeGray, and they'll just foul DeGray. Probably the good move there from Ben Grusing.
Minute 22 left in this second half.
So DeGray coming to the line now. DeGray 70% from the line this year. DeGray's first shot comes down. It'll be a 9-point lead. Kimmel checking into the game. DeGray knocks down his second free throw. So back up to a 10-point lead now for Chaparral. Tyzel Lewis will come onto the court, as well as Keaton Crockett, his first time on the court tonight. Kimmel will start with the ball for Vista. Minute 15 left. Grusing with it, gives it over to Sweeney. Sweeney able to handle the high pass. Sweeney back to Kimmel. Kimmel putting some good moves on the defense, gives it to RJ Sweeney. Sweeney shakes the defender, gets a 3-point jumper, no good again. But a great rebound there by Simon May and a good heads-up play.
I don't know if I'd say a great
Sweeney again with the 3 ball. Sweeney finally knocks down the 3-pointer.
I'm sorry, I'm being pessimistic. They just hit a three-pointer. That's pretty cool.
So Sweeney finally knocks down his three-pointer after making several jumpers.
If history repeats itself, Chaparral is going to look for the three ball here to try to answer.
Arstingstal with the ball against Sweeney. Over to Matthew Hill. Hill back to Arstingstal. Arstingstal working against Sweeney. Tries to shake Sweeney. They're just going to let the clock run down, try and get the last shot here. It'll be a timeout Chaparral with 12 seconds left in the half. So Vista's kind of made it a little bit of a tighter game here after a couple three balls. Bring it within
it's
7.
not like the last time that we played them when we were down by 24 or whatever.
Yeah, right at the halftime.
I think Vista's still in this. I'm going to knock on wood, and I'm going to cross my fingers that this is not commentator's curse. Vista's just got to keep up this offense that they've seemed to find, and just I don't know, shut down Ronnie DeGray. Get it to RJ.
Get it to RJ, yeah. He's had a couple of easy shots there inside. Really the first one he couldn't handle the ball and turned it over, but the second shot was just easy layup there for Wolverines.
He did have another opportunity, and I think he just passed it away. He's kind of used to doing that, I think.
So into the game will be Andrew Yamani, a name we usually don't call in these games, but he definitely has a very pretty shot off the hand.
He's a pretty tenacious defender, too.
DeGray with the ball. Over to Giles. Giles inside, gives up the floater. No good. And they do not call a charge against Sheldon Hafner, so not sure where some of the officiating has gone. It's been a fairly clean game, but definitely a couple of calls that they have missed.
We've seen a few calls that really either team kind of got screwed over by a couple of those. So
I really can't complain. Vista has a very good first half, I think, offensively and defensively. And I think really looking forward, I think they got to just keep playing the same way they are. Maybe lock down the defense a little more. Maybe I think they should try going to a zone rather than the man-to-man. But really a solid job there from Vista.
This is what they were looking to do. I don't know if we know that they're a much better team in the second half. I think a 9-point deficit is not impossible to come back from.
All right, so for halftime, we will have a segment
from the Chaparral
from the Chatfield highlights, as well as a segment about Jenna Fitzsimmons. And we will bring it right back to you with a second half look ahead after this.
All right, coming back after halftime, if you're just joining us, this is Chaparral versus Mountain Vista in the Sweet 16. Chaparral currently leading by 9, 38-29. Before we start here, we're going to look back at the keys of the game that we looked at the beginning of the game, see if these teams are, adhering to them. Obviously, we're not talking to the coaches telling them this is what they need to do, but it's definitely a good strategy that we were talking about before the game. For Vista, we said they needed to run the offense through Connor Stibe. Right now, Sweeney's on fire for them. He's scored 16 points, and Stibe, he's got 5 points, but he's not really filled the role that he usually does. I think it's a good idea for Vista to try to get the ball to Sweeney more. Just, he's making the shots that he needs to. Limiting turnovers. This is almost always a problem for Vista. We're giving the ball up too much. And as a side note on that, we're letting them get those offensive rebounds and those comeback points way too much. Don't force the ball. We talked about that. I think they're taking fairly smart shots, especially when they slow down their passing.
They've really slowed down the game, I think, more so than they usually do, and I think it's really helped them out a lot.
Right. And then the shorter passes, I don't know. Not much to say about that. They've had a couple Hail Marys, but it hasn't really...
nothing really too extreme to this point.
As for Chaparral, I think they've found their 3-ball. They've certainly found their inside scoring game. And Ronnie DeGray, we haven't seen Kobe Sanders step up as much as we know he has, but definitely Bryce Matthews has made an impact. He's a really, really tall guy, and he can find the basket really easily.
And with Matthews, I think a big part of his game so far to this point has been the second chance shot he's taken, where Chaparral missed a shot, and he's right there just to tip that one in right off the rebound.
He and DeGray are so good at doing that, and they've done that all game.
All right, so Vista will start with the ball in the second half, Grusing with it. Over to Stibe. Stibe will work against Tyzel Lewis. May with the ball. May gives it to Sweeney. Sweeney, 3-ball coming from the corner. He gets fouled, so he will go to the line. Great play there by Garrett Sweeney to draw the foul off the 3-pointer.
Potential 3-point swing here from Vista. They can bring it to a 2-possession game.
Sweeney to shoot 3 here. Knocks his first one down. Brings him to 17. He's the leading scorer tonight for Vista.
I think leading scorer on either team.
Knocks down his second. Brings it to a 7-point game now. And third shot knocked down, so Sweeney up to 19 points.
The Golden Eagles could not have asked for a better way to start off that half.
Great job there by Sweeney. Really give him a kickstart there. It'll be a travel against Kobe Sanders. Really something Sanders has just got to be careful about. That was a silly turnover.
I don't want to be greedy here, but wouldn't it be nice for Vista to bring this within one possession?
I think it would certainly make the game even more interesting than it already is.
Double coverage there.
Gets it over to Grusing. Grusing finds Stibe. Thinks about the 3, pulled it down. Oh, bad pass there by Connor Stibe, and it'll be a fast break attempt here. Kobe Sanders gets the lay-in. Bad play there from Connor Stibe. Something we're not used to seeing from him, and he's really not handled the ball well tonight. Sweeney with the ball on the top of the gi. We're against DeGray. Over to Stibe. Stibe, 3-ball coming in. No good. Stibe just kind of looking a little bit off of his mark tonight. Giles with it, gives it over to DeGray, working against Simon May. DeGray puts up the jumper, knocks that one down.
All right, I take it back.
I think you jinxed it this one
I
again.
did. That's commentator's curse again. I need
Sweeney
to just stop talking.
May coming with the 3-ball, knocks it down. May up to 7 points on tonight. And that's really what Vista needed, was a good 3-shot there.
This is a really exciting start to the first or second half here.
Inside to Matthews. Matthews over to Tyzel Lewis. Lewis had the open 3-shot and gets blocked by Aaron Albertson. Second chance there by Matthews, no good, and he'll just keep rebounding this ball and gets blocked again by Aaron Albertson. Great play by Aaron Albertson on defense. May with it inside.
Oh.
Goes off of
All right.
Tyzel Lewis's hand. Vista getting a little bit lucky. That pass was just a little bit behind Aaron Albertson, I think. Matthews looking around like he should have been Chaparral ball. Vista making sure they get the right play in before they resume play. Inbounds it to Albertson, over to Stibe on top of the key. Stibe inside to Albertson, kicks it out to May. May, 3-ball coming in. May, oh, that one looked like it went in there for a sec, but just a little bit to the left. DeGray with it working against May. And there'll be a foul here against Simon May for a block. Both teams up to 1 foul now. Inbounds it to Matthews. And it'll be a charge against Bryce Matthews. Great play again by Aaron Albertson on defense. 2 times in a row.
2 blocks and then takes
the charge. That one I think may have been a little bit of a flop, but I mean, great job there by Aaron Albertson.
It was a little dramatic.
May with the ball for Vista, working against DeGray. May finds the inside lane and knocks it down. He came in quick, and I don't think
pretty.
Chaparral, I don't think was looking for that one.
That was like an NBA 2K play. What did he do there?
Giles with the ball, inside to Matthews.
Whoa!
All the way across to DeGray. DeGray nearly loses it behind the back, and it'll be a foul against, I believe, Simon May. Foul was against Connor Stibe there. So DeGray heads to the line. I mean, I don't think Gray has missed a free throw yet in this game.
I don't think he has either.
First shot from DeGray goes down. It'll be a 6-point lead. Matthew Hill checking in for Bryce. Matthew Hill checking.
Let's start that one over.
Yeah. Matthew Hill checking in for Bryce Matthews.
3rd time's a charm.
I think there were a little bit too many Matthews in there for me.
Oh yeah, that's what slipped you up. High school broadcast, folks.
DeGray's second shot goes down. So he's been perfect from the line tonight.
3-possession game now for Mountain Vista.
Cruising over to May. May inside to Sweeney. Sweeney coming with the jumper. Sweeney just been perfect with the jumper tonight.
5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. A lot of emotions on both sides. I think Vista came out of this half really wanting to win this game, and they showed it.
DeGray with the 3-ball. Knocks that down, but it's almost like impossible to stop him there from outside. Stibe coming in with the 3-ball now. Stibe's 3-ball knocked down. So back-to-back threes here from both teams.
That'll work.
It's a good way to come back off that one. This will be a 5-point game. DeGray with it. DeGray just floats one in.
Man.
He's just almost impossible to stop right now. Ball.
Oh, Stibe misses his pass.
Looked like Stibe looked over, and then right as he looked away,
Yep.
Gruesing threw that pass. Chaparral will get the ball here. Sanders will start with it. Sanders over to Giles. Giles back to Tyzel Lewis. Lewis will hand it off to Kobe Sanders. Sanders trying to shake Gruesing. Drives inside, gives it to Lewis, and Lewis I don't think was quite ready for that one. It'll be a jump ball.
Albertson
No, it'll be a
inside
foul
there.
actually
Oh, really?
against Chaparral.
Aaron Albertson down there has been so good in the paint
He's just
on defense.
incredible right now.
Right. I think it's a really good idea of the coaching staff to put him in right on the beginning of the 2nd half.
Yeah, really give him a little bit of a boost on defense more than anything. May with the ball, working against Hill. Goes up for it, and it'll be a foul. Simon May draws a foul, and that was just a great job by Simon May to sell that one.
He sold it well.
I thought he was going to get called for a travel there, but ended up going his way. Grusing with it, inbounds it up to Albertson. He'll get fouled. I was questioning there why Albertson didn't get fouled because he was getting pushed back and then nearly went in, but great job there by Albertson to draw his own foul.
We've seen all season Albertson is such a physical player, and especially in this third quarter, he's brought this back and showed how physical he can be.
Albertson misses his first.
Got a chance to bring this within 2 possessions.
Knocks down his second, so he'll have his first points of the game tonight. You see Reese Pulling getting up off the bench now for Vista to sub in. Hill with it, driving inside. Hill draws a foul. He did his own job there selling that one. So Hill will come to the line now for Vista, or for Chaparral, my bad.
We've already seen 8 total fouls in just this third quarter.
And we still have 3.5 minutes left,
right.
So both teams kind of running into foul trouble. First shot knocked down by Matthew Hill.
Yeah, we were thinking at the end of the first half that there were a lot of fouls, but there have been a lot of times the whistle's been blown so far, and we're only 5 minutes into this.
Hill to the line for his second shot now. Misses that one, and Chaparral gets the rebound, so the miss goes into his favor, and now DeGray will get fouled. And DeGray has been perfect from the line so far tonight. This is really not the guy you want to be seeing at the line if you're a Mountain Vista fan. And he knocks down his second shot, or his first shot, my bad, to make it a 8-point game. And he remains perfect from the line tonight. Vista inbounds this one quickly. May goes to Grusing and then back to May. May working against DeGray, kicks it out to Stibe. Stibe, 3-ball coming in. Stibe knocks down the 3-pointer. Moves Stibe into double digits with 11 points. And Vista just really fighting to stay alive in this game.
It's good to see Stibe finally start to hit that 3-pointer.
Beautiful job there by DeGray to shake Simon May and create some space for that jumper. All right. Sweeney inside. Great job there by Sweeney driving that one inside. This game just going back and forth really to start the third. Arstingstall 3-ball. No good. May comes down with the rebound, and it will be a foul on Matthew Hill, and I don't know why he's holding his hands there. He clearly shoved down Simon May. And that will move Vista into the bonus territory.
I think the fouls are a result of how fiery both of these teams have been coming out of this, or coming out of halftime. There's been a lot of scoring so far. Both teams are hitting their shots. Both teams are passing well.
We see Reese Pulling in the game now. Good to see him in. Kimmel with the ball. Gives it to Pulling. Pulling with his first possession. Pulling lays it in just a little bit short.
He had a kind of crazy look in his eyes. Did you see that?
Yeah. I think he was a little bit shocked. He got broke free on that one.
Yeah, on the first time on the court. We can't blame him for that. You can't say that if you weren't in his position, you wouldn't do the same thing.
Matthews with it. Throws a bullet over and just Matthew Hill wide open. Beautiful passing there by Chaparral to leave Matthew Hill open. Stibe with it, lays it in, no good. Hill comes down with another rebound. Hill surveying his options, gives it to Arstingstall. Arstingstall looking against Sweeney. Arsenal shakes Sweeney and gives it over to DeGray. It'll be a travel against Ronnie DeGray.
He's human.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Except for him when he's at the free throw line.
Yes. So Vista down 8 right now. Kimmel will start with the ball for Mountain Vista. Working against Arstingstal. Gives it away, and here comes Ronnie DeGray down the court. And he's gonna, goes for the dunk but gets fouled. And DeGray came down hard on the court.
Right.
I mean, just completely missed that. And it looks like they will not exactly, they're going to tee up Eric Kimmel, I believe. I'm not sure what for, though.
I think that was a flagrant foul. He kind of grabbed onto his waist on the way up.
And they will tee up Eric Kimmel. That brings DeGray to the line. And DeGray coming to the line for Chaparral.
He's got a chance to extend this to a double-digit lead.
Remains perfect from the line. And he's still perfect from the line. Just incredible play here from Ronnie DeGray. Really just kind of picking up this team all by himself.
Yeah, especially in this second half.
Of Aaron Albertson checking in. Chaparral with a double-digit lead now with 1:30 left. Inbound to Bryce Hill. Hill working against Sweeney. And there'll be a foul called against Aaron Albertson. I'm not sure where the foul was there against Albertson. It looked like he stood tall, so Garrett Sweeney right now is trying to get an explanation here from the referee. So Matthew Hill will come to the line. Shot missed there by Matthew Hill. So Vista catches a little bit of a break. Keeps it to a 12-point game. Great job there by Garrett Sweeney. Pulled up for the jumper but drew the foul.
This has been one of the slowest third quarters I have ever called.
I think there's just been so many fouls. I mean, we're up to 13 fouls and we're not even out of it yet.
Right. Still 1:24 to go.
Sweeney knocks down his first. Sweeney misses his second. He's up to 24 points tonight. Kimmel working against Kobe Lewis. Kobe Lewis setting up the offense, gives it to DeGray. DeGray over to Tyzel Lewis. Over to Bryce Matthews inside. Matthews working against Albertson. And it'll be
stepped out of bounds.
Yep. So now if you're Mountain Vista, you really got to take advantage here.
I think they need to get their confidence back. Chaparral's looking so confident on that side of the court, and Vista hasn't hit a shot in too long other than that free throw, I guess.
Sweeney inside. Beautiful layup by Garrett Sweeney. He's at 26 now. Kobe Sanders with the ball. Working against Eric Kimmel.
Ooh.
Kimmel playing tight to him. Sanders nearly shook him going across the court. Gives it to Tyzel Lewis, back to Sanders. Sanders looking for something. They're just going to run the clock down with 20 seconds left. Sanders gets a pick there from Bryce Matthews. Ronnie Hill with it. And Aaron Albertson, put a defensive foul against Aaron Albertson. I thought it was going to be a charge, but did not go Albertson's way, and so DeGray, who's just been perfect, is at the line.
And will likely continue that streak.
I wouldn't doubt it if he did. DeGray for the 1-and-1. Knocks it down. Just impeccable free throw shooting right now from Ronnie DeGray. Brings it up to a double-digit lead again. And DeGray knocks it down, so it'll be an 11-point lead for Chaparral. Lars Tingstall will check in for DeGray with 4.5 seconds left in the quarter. Sweeney with the buzzer beater. Kind of had to hold my breath there on that one, but
that's good positive vibes.
Yeah,
good positive vibes going into that fourth period.
So coming into the fourth, Sweeney's up to 28 points, which I mean is just outstanding from him. Stive's at 11, which is, I mean, not a bad amount, but I mean not what we're used to seeing from Connor Stive. Simon May's doing what he's been doing. He's at 9, and 1 point from Albertson, 2 points from Boying. So really, this game is just being dominated for Vista by Sweeney and Stive, as well as May thrown in there a little bit. So I think really, if you're Vista, you got to try and get some other players involved.
I'd agree with that, but Sweeney is doing as well as he is, and I think it's smart to keep the ball in his hands.
I think. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I was just going to mention the fact that both teams have 7 fouls already. There's going to be, I mean, we thought that third quarter was slow. I am sure we're going to see a lot of points from the free throw line in this fourth quarter. Thankfully for Vista, they at the end there with Sweeney's buzzer beater brought this to a single-digit game. So it's still possible.
I think really if you're going to win this game for Mount Vista, you got to find a way to shut down Ronnie DeGray. I mean, he was just unstoppable there in the third quarter. I don't think he missed a shot, and obviously he hasn't missed a shot from the free throw line, so really trying to foul him doesn't help you much. And
it doesn't matter if he's driving to the basket, if he's shooting free throws, or if he's pulling up. Oh my goodness. Vista's defense falling apart.
Here.
My point is, DeGray's pretty good.
May inside to Albertson. Albertson over to Kimmel.
Smart pass there.
Kimmel across the court to May. May takes the 3-ball. 3-ball knocked down by Simon May.
May's up to 12 points now.
Matthew Hill with the ball for Chaparral. Working against Garrett Sweeney. Over to Tizell Lewis. Lewis over to Hill. Hill gives it inside to Bryce Matthews. Matthews throws a dart over to Sanders with the 3-ball coming down. Great passing there again by Chaparral. Stive goes up for the 3-point shot. No good.
Man.
And it'll be foul, and it'll be Chaparral ball. So Vista back down by 11. And now you have the man you don't want to see at the line for Vista.
That's what we were just talking about. I think another thing to note is how good Chaparral is at answering for points. Anytime Vista seems to have some advantage in terms of momentum, the Wolverines are able to shut that down. And that's why they have the lead right now.
DeGray remaining perfect. I mean, this is kind of NBA quality free throw shooting here from Ronnie DeGray. And he stays perfect from the line, so 13-point lead. Largest lead for Chaparral so far tonight. Grusing puts up the jumper, no good. Matthews comes down with the rebound. Tanner Giles with it, coming in fast. Goes over to Lewis. Lewis with the 3-ball coming. Lewis knocks down a 3-pointer.
He's all alone. All right.
Up there by Albertson. Really, that's just a good job by Vista to kind of keep their pants up there and go for the points. So still, though, 14-point lead for Chaparral with 6:30 left. This one's kind of starting to slip away, I think, from Vista. Inside to DeGray.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That was pretty. You got to give credit where it's due.
Ben Grusing with the ball. Gives it to Sweeney. Sweeney pulls up for the three-pointer short. Sweeney's three-point shot has not been on target. Here comes Sanders with his own three-pointer, no good. And it will be a fight between Sweeney and Stibe for it, and Stibe will come
Same
down.
team.
Albertson now. Thought about taking it, held on to it, gives it to Grusing. Grusing completely fakes out Lewis and airballs it.
Was that a pass?
Wow. Not exactly the best shot attempts there from Vista, and it'll be a 16-point lead for Chaparral as a timeout comes in. I mean, this game is just falling apart for Vista in the fourth quarter.
A lot of these players got their heads down. There's no real confidence or swagger, and I mean, compared to the confidence and swagger of Chaparral, they've got to change something. 5 minutes 35 to go in this fourth quarter.
Vista just isn't playing any defense right now, especially here in the fourth.
People keep losing their men.
Yeah, they're all over the place. And really, I thought that timeout was coming from Vista, and that was going to be a timeout from the Woods to just try and get their players' heads back in the game and figure out what they're doing.
Yep.
DeGray inbounds it to Giles, back to DeGray. Vista's going to put the full court press on now. DeGray just running right through the Vista defense to Matthews. Stibe with the ball. Stibe, beautiful shot there from Connor Stibe. Good crossover there by Giles. Over to Ronnie DeGray. DeGray's going to do what he's done. He loses it. Boink over to Stibe now. Stibe inside Albertson. Beautiful play there between the two of them. And so just like that, Vista's giving themselves a little bit of a push back here.
Still 14
Still
points
14
down.
points, but I mean, that's really what you wanted to see from Vista was coming out of that timeout. Just try and push their luck a little, I think.
We'll call that a 4-point run.
Chaparral will start with the ball coming out of the timeout. Sheldon Hafner and Andrew Yamani on the court for Vista. Neither Stibe or Sweeney in the game, and I think that might be the first time we've seen that all night.
Right.
DeGray with the ball. He has Simon May pressing him right now. Boyne comes over to help. Giles with it. Giles over to Sanders. Sanders back to DeGray. DeGray will hand this one off to Giles. Over in the corner for Tyzel Lewis. Lewis thinks about the three-pointer, pulls it down. Giles back with the ball. Boink working against him. And
all right.
Great little snag there from Sheldon Hafner. And a good job to keep the ball in their hands as Vista. And Albertson goes up for it. He just hit the underside of the rim there. Wasn't in the best position for it. And Tanner Giles with an easy fast break layup. Coming back down the court now is Albertson. Albertson with a floater pass over to Hafner. And now here comes May with the three-point ball.
Ooh.
Looked good, didn't go in. We'll have a timeout. Or foul? It's going to be a foul on Sheldon Hafner. So it'll be Kobe Sanders coming to the line. 4 minutes left. Vista down 16.
Stibe and Sweeney coming back in.
I think they might just remain in this game. First shot from Sanders is knocked down. Second shot missed by Sanders. Stibe comes down with a rebound. Stibe comes up with a three-point ball. Knocks the three-point ball down.
All right, that works.
So back to a 14-point game with 4:50 or 4:48 to make it exact.
3:48.
3:48, my bad.
Get your eyes checked, boy. It's an uphill battle. You think it's still possible?
I mean, there's still plenty of time, but really Vista's got to get their defense going. Their defense is still lacking a little bit. They've certainly covered up Ronnie DeGray, I think, a little bit more. But DeGray is also passing the ball much more and hasn't really tried his luck at driving inside or just flipping up a three ball. So Chaparral will start with the ball coming out of the timeout. DeGray will be throwing it in for them. DeGray thinks about the Hail Mary ball. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews back to DeGray. DeGray with the ball. Over to Kobe Sanders. Sanders working against Boeing. He's Heisel Lewis in the corner.
All
and
right.
Albertson coming with the fast break. Now he's still got DeGray to beat, though. DeGray goes in for a great
smart.
job. So smooth play there by Aaron Albertson. Saw DeGray coming in and kept it down.
He's been a real kind of secret leader on this team, I think. He has, I think, the best vision, the best game sense on the court right now.
Behind the back there from Tanner
Little
Giles.
flashy play there.
Yeah. DeGray with the ball now.
They're just going to burn this clock.
As much as they can.
12-point lead with just under 3 to go. 3 minutes, that is.
DeGray's going to double up, really going to press the ball here. Inside to Tyzel Lewis, just too easy for him.
How do they keep getting a man inside like that?
I think it's because they're drawing two defenders up on
the
ball carrier. And no and one there.
Still a pretty shot off the glass.
Wow.
There.
I'm not sure why Vista didn't get the and one there, but a great shot by Garrett Sweeney. Vista's up to, Garrett Sweeney's up to 30 points right now. And Vista down 12. So just kind of nibbling away at this lead, but 2:30 left. So really starting to lose their clock a little bit.
Yep.
So Vista will put May, Hefner, Stibe, Boyink, and Sweeney on the court.
You know, something that hasn't had as big of an impact on this fourth quarter is the amount of fouls. I think both teams are really cleaned up in that sense, and that's why there's only 2.5 minutes left. I think this is just going to run out of time.
Giles gets the inbound, gives it back to DeGray. DeGray with it, gives it over to Kobe Sanders. Sanders with it. He's going to just try and kill some clock here. He really had an open shot but didn't take it. May working against DeGray. Gets some help from Simon May. And it'll be a Foul, I believe, called on Vista. 10th team, so it'll be
2 shots.
2 shots. Lewis this season has been 42% from the line.
That
Knocks
one's
his
up.
first down. Ben Willis into the game, likely just to get him in for his last one of the year, if this does end up being a loss for Mountain Vista. Albertson comes down with a rebound. Remains a 13-point game with 2 minutes left. Sweeney puts up and gets the and one. Beautiful play there from Garrett Sweeney.
Maybe a little spark of life. This one, it'll be a 10-point game.
I mean, really, if you're Vista, you get it back into a single-digit game, I think you're really threatening. Arstingstal checking in as well as Andrew Imani.
Ben Willis was on the court for all of 20 seconds.
Sweeney knocks down the free throw, puts him to the 33 mark. And Imani just didn't have his eyes up, and Kobe Sanders draws the foul.
Imani trying to stay off of him there, but I think it's better to send him to the line than give him points.
Yeah, give him the easy ones. Because, I mean, at this point, you're already in the double foul territory, so. Sanders knocks down his first. Willis and Stibe checking back in for Hefner and Imani. Second shot, bounced around a couple of times, but did get in. A 12-point game. May with the ball over to Sweeney. Sweeney thinks about taking the three, kicks it out to Stibe. Stibe coming in with his own 3 ball now, no good. And Chaparral comes down with the rebound. And Ben Willis will foul Tanner Giles. I mean, really not the best situation here for Vista, but really you have to start fouling guys.
When you start fouling like this, though, it's the beginning of the end. Not too much hope. Sorry for being pessimistic here on our last broadcast. And this is our last broadcast.
Well, at least of the boys basketball season, or for boys basketball.
Not our last broadcast ever, but you know what I mean. Come on.
First shot was knocked down by Giles. Second shot no good, and May gets the rebound. May to Sweeney. Sweeney, no, not sure.
I think the
I thought it
refs
was going to be an over and back, but
refs seem to have forgotten how the game of basketball is played.
It'll be Vista ball. And May will inbound the ball for Vista. Minute 40 left. Stibe with it. Drives inside. And it'll be
I think he drew the
foul.
foul.
Yeah. To be a 1-and-1 here from Connor Stibe.
Minute and 36 seconds left in the game.
Arstingstal into the game for Chaparral. Shot no good from Connor Stibe. Giles gets around Stibe. Working around, nearly loses his footing and almost gets a travel called on him. And it'll be a defensive foul against May.
Simon May, yep.
So coming to the line is Kobe Sanders, who's shooting 70%. Sanders knocks down his first. 14-point game. I think this one is just about over.
Yep. I'll agree with you. Try to stay positive, but Vista just made too many mistakes, especially on defense, letting so many points come from the paint.
Ronnie DeGray wanted the ball to be Chaparral's. Thought it went off of his knee.
I'm sure Stibe was looking for a foul there too.
May inbounds it all the way across the court to Stibe. Stibe pulling up the 3 ball, knocks that one down. So it'll be a 12-point game with 1:11 left. But I still think there's just not enough time for 4 possessions. Plus, Chaparral's just been almost impossible to stop.
Right. Only way we can pull this out is just being impeccable from 3-point land and shutting them down on defense. And even if we do both of those things, I just don't think there's enough time left. Coach Bob Wood trying his best to fire up this team. There's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. They're going to go with Wallaber, Willis, Sweeney, Stibe, and May to try and make one last push, I think, to win this one. DeGray to inbound it. Wallaber trying to put his big frame in front of him, not let him have a chance. A great job there by Wallaber to not let him inbound it. He's got a smile on his face after that one.
That's what Wallaber does best.
Just kind of sticks his body right out in front of it.
He's just kind of bigger than most people.
No time killed off the clock. So we'll go second verse, same as the first here. The same lineup in for Vista. Chaparral still discussing in their huddle what they're going to do.
That's a delay of game right there. Loss of down.
Not quite football there, Ryan. Gray inbounds it to Wallaber, and he went to foul, and there was no foul called. And now Willis is trying to foul, and they didn't give him it right away. So Yamani, it looks like he'll be checking in for Vista. Willis with the foul. Vista down 12 with 1:04 left.
So in typical Ryan Tubb style, I just thought of a pretty good joke for the whole like RJ Wallaber being really big. We could call him the Wallaber. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll never speak again.
Yamani checks in for Simon May.
Matthews actually misses his first shot.
Matthews' second shot goes right through, so back to a 13-point lead. Wallaber inbounds it to Stibe. Stibe pulls up the 3-point ball, knocks that one down. So Stibe into the 20-point range. And Vista down 10. So Vista's just kind of kicking and screaming here to stay in this one.
I don't know what's going on. I'm still not thinking there's enough time left, but there's definitely a smile on Brian Wood's face after Stibe nailed that 3. That's what he does best.
And I mean, he just kind of dribbled up with it and just pulled up.
Doesn't matter how many defenders
not
he's got
wasting
on him.
any time.
Don't waste any time. Hey, that's the strategy. Just give it to him. I know it's a complex strategy. Might not be able to fully wrap your head around it.
So DeGray will inbound the ball here for Chaparral. RJ's going to do his stick my body right in front of you, and Hail Mary ball coming from DeGray, nearly picked off by Stibe. Or I'm sorry, Willis, and 12-point lead. Yamani with it. Yamani drives inside, gets just swatted that one like a volleyball.
That was
DeGray.
Nasty.
Sweeney with the ball. They got to start putting some shots up. Here comes Ben Willis with the three-pointer, no good. Sweeney just kind of chucks it up there for a second chance.
All right, grab the ball, RJ. We did it.
Man. Walliver with it. Inbound from DeGray. DeGray inside, lays it in.
Boy. That was textbook.
Every time that Vista tries to get back in this one.
They stamp it out.
Sweeney with the three-point ball, no good.
That was just a nice pass to RJ.
RJ with his own 3. RJ! Three-pointer! Oh!
And it doesn't matter what the score is
That puts a smile on
anymore.
everyone's face there. I think that's a good way to end your basketball career, is just line up for a three-point shot like that. Well,
you know what? Like, we lost that game, but there are so many smiles on the Vista crowd right now just because RJ hit a three-pointer. And I think
really,
we fought well.
They just never let down. I mean, they were down 15 points, 16 points there with 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Never gave up, made it a 9-point game. And I mean, you know, it's hard to go out on the season like that, but I mean, really, I think they kind of gave it their best chance there. I mean, there were definitely some mistakes they got to clean up, and it's going to be a little bit of an emotional loss for Vista, I think.
I think so. A lot of seniors on this
yeah.
team.
I mean, I think there's a lot of really good, you know, memories we can pull from this season. I mean, obviously, RJ's 3-ball, I think you got to pull out there, but you know, the game against Legend in the double overtime might have been a loss, but I mean, that was probably one of the greatest games we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
From our standpoint as a spectator, you know, they never really let down in a lot of these games. And I think that's something that, you know, the juniors and sophomores got to carry on for next year and really, you know, keep that fighting spirit with them.
Yeah, if we're looking forward, there's so much talent on the JV squad. There's a lot of talent on the freshman and sophomore team. I mean, you know, this will go down in the books as not the greatest season ever for Mountain Vista, but looking forward, they can be the team that they really want to be, I think.
All right, well, signing off for the last time here from the boys basketball broadcasting booth. It was nice having you this year to tag along with us, and we hope to see you in the spring for lacrosse, baseball, and girls soccer.
I'm Ryan Tubbs.
And I'm Jack Showey. See you next time.